Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of All Kinds of Advice podcast. For today, we have an exciting episode lined up for you all. Yes, we are going to go into the Spice and Karlie's drama and beef that is taking place. It was such an exciting episode. So I want you guys to grab your popcorn, grab your wine, whatever snacks that you're into, because this is going to be an explosive episode and we are here for it. Okay, so let's dive into it. So on the recent episode, I believe it was episode 3, we see the fight between Spice and Karlie, unfolds. So we are going to talk about, the details as it relates to that. So one of the reasons that Spice is upset with Karlie, Spice had a situation where she had a health scare. She was in the hospital for quite some time in Dominican Republic, where she had like sepsis take over her body, and it was just like a traumatic, scary situation. So Spice is upset that Karlie knew, the details of where she was in the hospital. She knew the updates as it relates to Spice's health when she was going through that traumatic experience. And what Karlie did not share the information with anybody else. So, for instance, like Rashida, which is also a close friend of Spice, she did not know what was going on with Spice. Shakana, which is also like one of Spice good friends as well, did not know what was happening with Spice while she was in the Dominican Republic. So what happened is it created a lot of tension between Spice and her friends, because Spice thought like, okay, no one is checking up on me. No one cared that I'm going through this traumatic experience. No one cares that I'm going through this health scare. And it wasn't that other people did not want to be there for Spice and support her while she was going through this situation, but Karlie was hiding the information and she was not giving anyone that information. And in that particular episode, Karlie came out and mentioned that she did not share the information with, other people that are also close friends with Spice, because the family did not want the information to be put out there. But I feel like even if the family wanted some sort of privacy, you could have given that information to um friends that are close to Spice. Like, why are you out here hiding information? Like, that is like childless behavior to me, like childlike behavior to me. You do not need to be doing that. You should have shared that information and make Spice feel like people cared about her and people are concerned about her, because that was like a traumatic experience for Spice. Like, she felt like she died and God gave her a second chance. So she has all right to be upset with Karlie as it relates to hiding information from her other friends and creating like a division. So I do agree with her in that sense. And then another reason why Spice is also upset with Karlie. So it's not like just one reason, it's a variety of things. So Spice is also upset because Spice and Karlie have a song that they did together. And then Spice is upset because not because they did the song together, but Spice is upset with Karlie in the sense that Karlie went behind Spice back and submitted that song for a Grammy without telling Spice. Like, how are you going to go submit a song that you all did together and not tell her? Like, you cannot do that. If you were on that song by yourself and you submitted that for a Grammy and you did not tell Spice, then that would be fine. But if you guys have this partnership, you have this song together, you're going to be performing this song together, you're going to split the sales on the song together. You have to tell Spice when you make a decision, because you don't have full ownership to that song. So I agree with Spice for her to be upset with Karlie. Like, this is petty behavior, childish behavior, and it shows that Karlie is not on a mature level, in my opinion. And then not taking accountability for when the person is saying, when you did this, this is how it made me feel. Because in that particular episode, there is a scene where Spice is telling Karlie, like, you went behind my back and submitted this song for a Grammy, and I didn't even know that this song was going to be submitted for a Grammy. I didn't like the fact that you did that. Karlie is mentioning to her, oh, I thought that, Mita told you, or I thought that you would be happy that I submitted this song. not taking accountability and saying to Spice, you know what, Spice, you are absolutely correct. I am sorry for what I did. I apologize. I'm sorry that, I went behind your back. I feel like Spice would be more forgiving to her if she owns up and she takes accountability for her actions. That's how I look at that. And then to make matters worse and to heighten up this sort of beef that's happening between the two of them, Karlie went behind Spice's back and bought the house next door to Spice. And initially she had brought up, that she was going to buy this house beside Spice. And Spice told Karlie in private, Karlie, I don't feel comfortable with you buying this house next door to me. This goes against my boundary. And instead of listening to her friend and taking, her feelings into consideration, she still went ahead and bought that house anyways. And I'm like looking at her like sideways, like you're not really Spice's friend if you're going to go against her wishes. And in the episode, I was scared for Spice. I'm like, what is going on? Like, did I really hear that she just bought this house close next to Spice? Like, what is going on? And then Spice was even scared for her life as well. She's like, this is giving obsession. I am scared. This is giving like stalkerish behavior. And I agree with Spice. Like, you're not her family. You're not a sister. You're not a brother. Why are you moving right next to Spice? And we know that houses go on sale on a daily basis. There's other areas that you could have bought a house instead of buying a house next to somebody that's not even talking to you. Like y'all are beefing at the moment and you're going to try to upset the person even further and buy a house next door to them. I'm so sorry. Like this is like crazy, crazy, crazy type of behavior. And one of the other reasons Spice did not want a Karlie moving next door to her, she said that, not only am I not going to have privacy, she's going to hear when I cough. She's going to hear when I have intercourse, which that was a little extra like Spice. She's not going to know when you have intercourse. Like, you're in closed doors. Unless if you're screaming out here in these streets, then that's like a different story. But she said, like, I don't want Karlie moving next to me because Karlie is going to bring the whole of Atlanta. And I agree with her. Like Spice is still in the recovery mode. She wants a sense of peace. She doesn't want or have time for any like drama, and perhaps like she doesn't want anything that's going to be abrasive. She just wants to live her best life, live her rich life, and be at peace and be drama free. Because at the end of the day, when you do come to a moment where you almost lose your life, you're gonna not want to take anything for granted. And of course, you're not even gonna want, any sort of drama in your life. You're gonna want to be at peace. And it wasn't only Spice and me that's voicing that Karlie buying the house next door was stalkerish behavior. Rashida also thought like this was stalkerish behavior. This is super creepy. So, Karlie, you need to check within yourself and be like, you know what, maybe I need to sell this house and move away from this because, it's impacting Spice. And Spice is out here fighting for her life because she's just like, oh, I'm so scared. Like, this is so creepy. Like, I don't know why she would do that. And then in one of the episodes, we see in that particular episode, we see that Spice and Karlie sit down and they're having like a meal together, and Spice is mentioning to Karlie like these are the things that you did behind my back, a lot of fake energy, fake vibes. These are the things that I do not like. And we see in the episode like Karlie is very emotional. She's not taking accountability for her actions. She feels like she did not do anything wrong. She's acting very like she was victimized, like that it was Spice that did something to her. In some of the episodes, she even meant in that episode she mentioned that if my daughter and I were about to be like if they were in a fire, Spice wouldn't even spit on us to save us. And you're kind of again not taking accountability, putting the onus back on you, making it seem like Spice is doing a whole host of things to you without taking into consideration like, what, I've hurt Spice, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give her time to heal. I'm gonna give her time to get over the hurt. But what you're doing is you're pushing yourself onto Spice. You're wanting her to forgive you right away. You're not just leaving things as it is. You're forcing yourself for validation from Spice. You're acting like Spice is the only person in the world that you can have a friendship with. Just give it time, and over time, maybe she will forgive you. Spice has had, drama with other women in the dancehall scene. Like one of an example would be like Lisa Hyper. And then, Lisa Hyper didn't act stalkerish. She gave it time. She came back. She apologized to Spice. And, they're actually friends to this day. So it's not like a relationship, the relationship between Spice and Karlie cannot be repaired. But if Karlie keeps pushing herself on Spice, not taking accountability, acting like a victim, it's gonna upset Spice, and Spice is not gonna want to have anything to do with her. And in one particular episode, that particular episode, we see that Karlie shows up at Spice house unannounced, and she sort of Karlie puts her daughter at the door, and she's like, look, Jasmine is pregnant. And Spice is like shocked because she was not expecting Karlie to come at her door. And there again, that's another example of like you're pushing yourself, you're doing the most, you're not giving the person time to recuperate based on, the health scare they had, and you're not allowing them to, take their time as it relates to, you know, the the hurt that you have caused them. So, and Spice is like keeps it all the way real. She's like, I don't have any time for this fake drama. I don't have any time for this fake vibes. We even see in that particular episode Spice walks away because she couldn't deal with it anymore. And I was even seeing like Karlie was like crying, acting all emotional, like I love you. And Spice is telling her, this is not love. Like you don't love me if you're gonna go behind my back and hide information that's gonna cause division between me and my friends. You don't love me if you're out here in these streets lying that you spent 35,000 on a birthday party for me when in actual fact you spent $1,000. Guys, like this is so messy. Like Karlie spent $1,000 on a birthday party that she threw for Spice, and she went about and told people $35,000. Like, what do you get from lying? Why are you lying out here in these streets? And I feel like Spice has all the reason to behave aggressive towards her because Spice is the type of person she not have time for foolishness, and she's not here to play around. So, Karlie, you need to take a back burner, work on your projects that you have. You did come out with the song with Spice. Continue perhaps to work on more music and leave Spice alone while she heals. And perhaps she already knows that you feel sorry, but continue to probably tell her like, I'm so sorry, and leave it alone. And when she is ready, she's gonna come back and speak to you. And you kind of just have to leave it where it is at the moment, unfortunately. But on another positive note, we see Shakana is a really good friend of Spice. She really cares about Spice, like she's always checking up on Spice, and she allows Spice to not push herself too much, and always voices her concern about Spice healing properly and not being back in like a dire health position. So, I'm here for the relationship between Shakana and Spice. I really, really like it. It's really nice when you see women get along, and it's really nice when you see women have genuine friendships with other women. So I'm here for their relationship, totally, totally all the way. But I'm gonna read some of the opinions on Twitter as it relates to this drama that unfolded, between Karlie and Spice. Someone here on Twitter mentioned Karlie would have pissed me off. Do not move next to me. I don't care how close we are. And I do agree, like, especially if I told you I did not feel comfortable and you still went ahead and did it anyways and went against my wishes. And what I found was a little bit weird and shady is the fact that Karlie moved into this neighborhood, or she bought this house, and then she told the neighbors that they had to sign an NDA, meaning they could not disclose that that Karlie was going to be Spice, neighbor. Talk about a mess. Like, why are you having people out here in these streets signing NDAs for someone that does not want to talk to you in the first place and for someone that is upset with you. And when I did see the snippet online, Shade Room posted a snippet of the fight between Spice and Karlie, and I see how Spice was dealing with her aggressively. I was like, no man, why is Spice dealing with her so aggressive? But now Spice has explained what unfolded. I don't blame Spice. Spice, deal with her aggressively. Like, she deserves it. Like, you need to know that you cannot be breaking boundaries and not respecting, a friendship, especially someone like Spice that cares about you. Period. And then another person wrote here, Karlie bought a house next to Spice. Delusional. Of course it's delusional, especially after the person told you not to do it and you still go do it. Like, are you not thinking clearly? Are you not thinking on a mature wavelength? What is going on? There's some other issues deep down there, baby girl, that you need to address, and maybe perhaps counseling would be a good idea, because there's no way that you're buying a house next to someone that doesn't even want you there in the first place. And then I'm gonna read one last comment. Someone said, I'm sorry, I know Karlie's messy. The house thing is weird, and the Grammy thing is shady. But to completely cut her off, there has to be more than that. Yes, she did a series of like three different things, and who knows, on maybe like the next episode, Spice is going to confess to more things that Karlie has done behind her back. Because we see the episode, like, Spice did not come to play. She's upset and she's frustrated, and she is like, I don't want to talk to this girl at the moment. Let me state in my feelings and heal. So it's not like it's like Karlie did one thing to Spice. She did more than three things. So Spice has all reason to completely cut her off. And it's not to say, as I mentioned before, like, Spice could forgive her in the future. They could come over this hump and be friends again. But one advice I have for Karlie, keep it real with Spice. Spice not have no time for anybody that's gonna be fake with her. She will cut you off and she will have no remorse and she will carry on with her rich life. So if you want to repair your relationship with Spice Karlie, be real with her. Don't go behind her back and do any fake behaviors. She will cut you off and have no remorse. So that is my advice to her. But on another positive note, we see that Spice is obviously, as I mentioned, she's recovering, and she's also going to be, going on her performances. She's going to be doing her stage shows, and I'm here for it. She did mention in the particular episode 3, that she cannot do some of the whining and carry on bad like she used to do before. So what she is focusing on now is having her dancers, while she's singing, having her dancers put on, a breakthrough performance for her audience. And we seen in the episode, like, Rashida and Shikana was helping her, pick out dancers that are gonna go with her on, this, her performance tour that she has. So I'm here for it. I'll definitely have my eyes glued to some of her stage shows that she's going to be performing on. Spice is super talented, and I'm super happy that she's recovering. I'm so happy that she is here on, Love on Hip Hop Atlanta, and I'm ready for the spice and the drama that she's going to bring. Yeah, it's going to be a fun and a roller coaster ride. But let me know in the comment section below what you all think about episode 3. Did you get to watch it? If you didn't get to watch it, what do you think about the beef between Spice and Karlie? Shade Room has posted snippets of, their beef. Let me know what you think. Do you feel that they're gonna come over this hump? Do you feel that they'll ever be friends again? What do you think about the relationship between Shakana and Spice? I think it's a genuine relationship. I'm here for it, and I'm looking forward to seeing their friendship blossom without any drama or any strings attached. But that is all for today for all kinds of advice. Thank you all for your support. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Let's bring it up. Let's rake it up to 1,000 subscribers. But I'll see you all on the next episode. Cheers. Ciao.